Hey everybody, I'm Jack Reedy with Future Pastimes, and I'm one of the designers on the Choman Richess expansion, which is the second expansion for the classic Dune board game from Gale Force 9, the 2019 edition. One of the variants in this expansion is something called Leader Skills. These are cards that are dealt at the beginning of the game, and you're going to choose one to assign to one of your leader discs, which you'll place out in front of your shield. And that will give you a couple of advantages. One, either as applied to your other leaders or a general advantage that you have overall. And one is if you use that specific leader in a battle. And we're doing a deep dive on individual cards, and we're looking at the last one, and it's the Warmaster. So I'm going to explain the two effects for Warmaster. There's a link in the description to a video that gives you more of a general overview of how leader skills work. So Warmaster is going to give your other leaders an enhancement as long as you have this skilled leader out in front of your shield. And I say that because when you're in a battle, you can always put that leader behind your shield, which means that you might be using that specific leader in the battle, although not necessarily. But if you have brought it behind the shield, potentially as a bluff, and you don't use that leader, this top ability that normally affects all of your other leaders is not active. So let's look at that first. This leader skill gives you a +1 to your other leaders when you play at least one worthless card as part of your battle plan. So normally a worthless card like Jubba Cloak or Balisette does nothing. That's what makes it worthless. And the only way to really get rid of it is to play it in your battle plan in place of a weapon or a defense, or both if you have two worthless cards. But here the Warmaster is able to turn anything into a weapon, really. And they're going to get a +1 for your other leader discs. So let's say that you have Gurney Halleck as your Warmaster. You put Duncan Idaho into a battle, and there's a worthless card in that battle plan. Duncan Idaho will go from a 2-strength leader to a 3-strength leader for that. If you play two worthless cards in your battle plan, he still only gets a +1. Now, if you put your Warmaster, let's say, again, in this case, Gurney Halleck is your Warmaster, you're going to put him in the battle plan. You're going to bring the card in the battle plan as well. Always keep the card with the leader. And then when this leader is in battle, add +3 to this leader disc if you play at least one worthless card as part of your battle plan. So Gurney Halleck with a worthless card goes from a 4 to a 7. So that's a big deal. And of course, if you make, let's say, Lady Jessica, who is a 5, or better yet, let's say Stilgar is your Warmaster. With a worthless card, he turns into a 10. So this is a big deal. And it's one of the reasons why the setup of the game is slightly different. You're going to get treachery cards dealt out first so that when you're making your choice between two leader skills, you're informed a little bit. I don't know that necessarily you're going to say, yes, I'll choose this because I was dealt a worthless card, but maybe you do. But it is nice insurance. If you ever do buy a worthless card, you can buy cards now with a little bit more reckless abandon because you know those worthless cards are going to be actually worth something in a battle. But that's all done before you choose traders. So it's going to make which leader you choose as a trader a little more interesting because you're going to have the information about everyone else's skilled leader out there in front while you're deciding. And if you're dealt a skilled leader, they make a very attractive trader. So remember, you can only call trader if that leader's in the battle plan, not just for being out in front of the shield. So that is how the Warmaster works. It's pretty handy. There are half a dozen worthless cards in the game. The downside, of course, is that you do have to discard that worthless card. You can't just say, I'm going to keep that and then play it again and again. The one exception would be in a trader call. You don't have to discard those cards. But normally, yeah, one and done. So if you have any questions about Warmaster or anything about any of the other leader skills, be sure to ask in the comments, and I will answer those as quickly as I can. That's it for this one, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.